And back with more Ace Combat 7. And the last two parts was kind of rocky. Two pretty hard missions, honestly. One was to take out an entire naval fleet and their ocean bases, which was a bit tough since I had to go for certain hidden weak spots. And in the mission after that, which ended up being split into another video because of me forgetting the game had checkpoints, because I'm not used to that in this style of game, and also because I kind of got late lunch dropped on me. We went to take out one of the arsenal birds, and with the pleasant surprise of having the assistance of Stonehenge, the anti-asteroid super weapon from Ace Combat 4. Yeah, they brought that back. We got President Harling temporarily back, and we're playing as a side faction from Ace Combat 5. And we've got a super weapon from Ace Combat 4 while fighting said enemy faction from Ace Combat 4. So it's, in a way, this game is a sequel to both 4 and 5. I mean, and what's cool about this is because of the standalone nature of the Ace Combat games, while being under that greater universe, you can pretty much jump into any game at any point and be perfectly fine. But I also definitely appreciate the attention to continuity that the games are clear, that 7 is clearly showing. Like there's like Project Aces is saying, nope, we have not forgotten about you guys, and because we've been away for way too long, we're gonna bring back some old memories. So yeah, this is great. I like this. And the Stonehenge defense level was pretty tough, honestly, because I had to micromanage between keeping the weapon and the ground forces as alive as possible, while eventually having to deal with the arsenal bird and all its drones. So yeah, I died a couple of times, restarted it a couple of times, and it's definitely a mission that I'm going to need a lot more practice with in order to get better on it without dying and without running out of ammo or failing the mission. All the same, it was still pretty good. So yeah, that arsenal bird level is for all intents and purposes going to have a second part to it, more or less. So, but all the same, let's go to the next mission and see what happens next.
I was born downtown, in our capital. When I recall my homeland, my thoughts are filled with the sights and sounds of the city.
Oh, the princess.
But home means something different to each and every one of us. Therefore, I've decided to visit every place where our citizens call home. The Kingdom of Erusea is a land of diversity. Each region has its own unique and special culture.
Yeah. Kind of, not really. Some of them don't even remember their culture because you absorbed them. Bunker Buster.
The destruction of one of their arsenal birds has significantly reduced the scale of Erusea's air defense network. Ocean forces have moved into the areas where we gained air superiority and freed over half of the Eusian continent. However, Erusea is feeling the pressure and is reacting by attempting to activate the ballistic missile base in the suburbs of Sierra Plata. For the past 72 hours, they've put the resources and people into action, and have already entered the final stages of a launch. The missile silo is deep underground. To destroy it, we'll need a bomber to drop a huge deep penetration bomb in a precise place. Unfortunately, that airspace is thick with clouds at the moment, so it'll be difficult for a bomber to hit the target accurately. Normally, we'd wait for the weather to clear, but with the situation being what it is, we don't have that option. So, we will be the bomber's eyes and find the missile silo. You'll all be equipped with targeting pods and set of special weapons. We need you to fly at low altitude Visually identify which silo they're activating, then acquire it with your targeting pod. Once you press the firing switch, the bombers will drop their payload based on the location data provided by the targeting pod. You will need to keep the silo in the center of your sight until the bomb hits its target, or else it will miss entirely. It takes a high level of airmanship to properly guide these bombs to their targets while flying in place. Naturally, we assume the enemy has positioned anti-air artillery and aircraft in the area of operations, so stay alert. Additionally, we suffered human and material losses in the last battle, so Cyclops Squadron will sit this one out.
Aww.
Trigger, it's up to you to make this work with just Strider Squadron.
So this is going to be a specialist mission. We gotta go and be the eyes of the bombers to take out these silos. This is gonna be interesting. This will be interesting. Anything I can unlock? Yeah. I want to get to the F-22 as my goal. I wonder if the princess even believed her own speech, because that was clearly her watching that TV, all hunched over in the dark, and her speech contradicts what the Mihai's, is that his name? Mihai? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, it contradicts his retort contradicts her speech that, yeah, you absorbed our countries into yours, but in the process we lost our national identity and language. So it's kind of flies in the face of her speeches. So it's like we get two sides of it. Special weapons specific to this mission will be used. The special weapons you normally use cannot be selected. Okay. And I can either go for something else. 18. I have not used the MiG-21 yet, so I think I'll use that.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
Eagle eyes on bunker busters.
Erusea only has 5 IRBM silos in total. Therefore, the enemy's made a number of fake silos to try and throw our bombers off the scent. Did you say fake? They're painted to look like the real thing from the sky. Can't tell the difference.
It's the wing of that LRSSG that brought down that Arsenal bird. We got the bombs. You do the terminal guidance.
In order to use the targeting pods, you'll need to change weapons first. Try to align the missile silo with the circle in the center of your HUD. When you're lined up, hit the firing switch and the bomb will drop. You're gonna need to keep the silo aligned until the bomb hits. The enemy set up anti-air weapons in multiple locations. We need to work together to take them down. Strider 1, AA gun destroyed. Cut ice on my wings. Keep the targeting pod trained on that silo until the payload is delivered. Bunker buster hit its mark. Time for fireworks.
It's a lot of
Destruction of
fireworks.
first missile silo confirmed.
The IRBM is aimed at the OT garrison. Those whose lives are at stake. We have no time.
They completely lost it. You can bet on it.
Let's end this madness.
Dropping another bunker buster will take some time. Aim carefully.
With our bunker busters, it doesn't matter how much fuel they load around.
Trigger, bomb has been dropped. The bomb was off its mark. The target is still standing. Strider 1, target acquired. This is a serious mission. Was it Wiseman who gave Strider 2 account? A formation changes every mission. I'm sure he has a reason for it. I'll believe that when I see it. I'm just glad he won't be there to chew my ear off.
Strider 1, we have the coordinates. Firing the bunker buster.
Got it.
That was a mistake. No structures visible.
The bomber is right on target. We need to take down the craft guiding the strike.
Missed. That's music.
Target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now.
Target is down. Hit, but it was off the mark. Let's give him another.
The warhead should be exposed. Standard weaponry will suffice. Take your pick.
Trigger, bomb has been dropped. Missile silo destroyed. That makes 2. No launch signs yet. Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in. They don't appear to be going after our bomber. Take them out if they interfere with our mission.
Yeah, they're gonna go after me instead.
Missile. Missile.
Method in my sights. Lock on.
Enemy has a lock. Evade! Hostile has a lock. Strider 1, missile away. We did it. That takes care of that. Nice work.
Missile.
Trigger, missile The sky feels open and free today. As a Cyclops, I felt like a bird in a cage. Once this mission's over, I guess we'll be back under the company manager's thumb again. What a pain in the ass.
So he's a former Cyclops
When they'll
member.
launch. We'll be on time.
Enemy got away.
Strider 1, we have the coordinates. Firing the bunker buster.
Where's the explosion? Looks like this wasn't one of the real silos.
They have a lock on me. On my target's tail. They decided. Granny, hostile rock.
Bunker buster away.
So where's the explosion? Looks like this wasn't one of the real silos. I'm like a wolf that's been let off its leash. These guys won't know what hit him. I thought you were a bird free from its cage.
Enemy's been locked. Granny, locked two. This is Graham 7, evading enemy missile.
Strider 1, enemy on your 6.
Target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now. Alright, now let's take out those remaining silos.
Missile silo destroyed. Where do we look next? Strider 2, Fox 2. 3 minutes remaining. Bandit destroyed. Well done.
They decided. Try to buy time. I'm making away.
Enemy's got a lock.
You're mine. I'm trying to break.
Schwager, enemy has a lock on you.
This is Graham 7. Attack failed. On sight. Breaking away.
2 minutes remaining. Trigger, the bomb has been dropped.
Bunker buster is hit. The ballistic missile is exposed.
Pay attention, wait!
This is Graham 7. I'm behind my target.
Strider 1, we have the coordinates. Firing the bunker buster.
Hit. Target destroyed.
One
The fewer there
more.
are, the harder they are to find. Good luck.
There's only one silo remaining. This is nothing compared to what we faced in the last mission. Bandit behind you. 1 minute remaining. Trigger, bomb has been dropped. All missile silos have been destroyed. Wait, what the hell is that?
Uh-oh. Now what?
Alert! We've detected an IRBM launch. Confirmed signature on our radar. Launch site is this dam.
Not from the silos? They certainly hit it well. We still have a chance. Shoot it down before it reaches critical altitude.
Bandit acquired.
Gotta go after the missile.
Wake up! Missile coming your way!
Enemy dodged. Continuing attack.
Confirmed signature on our radar.
Whoa! Haven't done this in a long time.
Missile.
Chasing missiles.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 3 launching missile.
Missile. Missile.
I've
Missile.
been spiked.
Missile.
They evaded it. New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed. Additional launch confirmed. Incoming. The target will soon reach critical altitude. Hostile lock on you, Strider 1.
I wish I had squad controls.
Target acquired. Missile
Missile.
away. Bon voyage.
Missile.
Bandit behind you. Caution. Enemies got a lock.
Missile. Missile.
Box 2.
Missile.
Bandit my
Missile.
side. I'm taking damage, but I'm good to go.
There it is. Come on. Come on, baby.
Breaking lock. Evading.
Strider 1, missile launched. The target will soon reach critical altitude. The target is about to reach critical altitude.
Missile.
Ah, couldn't reach it.
The IRBM has disappeared from radar. It's pointless to follow after it now.
I was not fast enough. Damn it.
Not from the silos? They certainly hit it well. We still have a chance. Shoot it down before it reaches critical altitude.
Bandit my side. Bandit acquired.
Missile.
Breaking off.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Caution,
Missile.
enemy has a lock.
Missile.
Target acquired.
This one's mine. Attacking.
Confirmed signature on our radar. Behind my target. Warning, we confirm another launch. Take it out.
Roger 6.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Attacking from behind my target.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed. Additional launch confirmed. Incoming!
Break. Bandit acquired.
Missile.
Firing.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
I'm on his rear.
Missile.
Bandit evaded attack. Trying again.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Breaking off.
Strider 1, watch your tail.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
God.
Target will soon reach critical altitude. All of the missiles have been destroyed. I was cutting it pretty close. I was starting to get a little nervous.
Too close.
We had it flooding up here. There wasn't even anything we could do about it. Glad we were partnered with you on this operation.
That went about as expected. Be sure to include in the report how much ass I kicked while off the company commander's leash. Roger that, and I'll be sure to include all the crap you said about Wiseman, too.
Heh. Oh, we gotta go bunker busting and then chasing the missile or something. I completely forgot about ever happening, because that there were a few times where that actually happened in the other games, and I completely forgot that kind of mission existed.
We have successfully prevented an enemy ballistic missile attack.
Search and
Strider
destroy.
Squadron, you did very well without your unit commander. We are now preparing for the final stage of our long-range operation, seizing the capital.
Seizing the capital, eh? Cape Rainy.
With the loss of an arsenal bird, followed by the destruction of their ballistic missile base, Erusea is running out of ways to counter. This is a great opportunity for the Osean army to bolster our power to eventually take down the Erusian capital of Farbanti. The special long-range strategy is entering its final phase. Our objective is to attack and capture the Erusian Air Force Base in Cape Rainy in northern Erusia. This important base is at the forefront of our strategy to establish control of Farbanti. Under the cover of night, our plan is that all squadrons will invade from the valley to the south and mount an air assault on the area. The enemy's observation field has eyes on the skies above the valley, so your altitude will need to be restricted. If you go over a certain altitude, the enemy could spot you, ending the mission in failure. Keep that in mind. Once you arrive, you are to take out the enemy's air defense forces as soon as possible and prepare for the support squadrons. When the air defense forces are neutralized, the helicopter squadron should arrive carrying Marines. The plan is to take control of the base. Getting through the valley is only half the job.
An old canyon run mission. That's a staple from previous games too. Including other games that borrowed from it, like Lethal Skies. Operation Werewolf. It's gonna be like Beggar's Canyon back home. What's my cash? Probably not enough to get the Lightning 2 over here. Nope. Nowhere close. So I gotta put up with what I have. I think I'll do the Hornet again. Wait a minute. It just occurred to me. A10. I think I'll do it. A10. Hello again, old friend. The Warthog, one of my personal favorites. And probably the one airplane that for whatever reason everyone wants to get rid of, even though the army loves it. Because it's so good for anti-ground operations. It may not be the prettiest airplane in the world, but I friggin' love it. Multi-ground. And what I used to own a flight simulator game years and years ago that was based on the A-10s, and it was like the first time I ever heard of the plane, and I fell in love with it, primarily because the Warthog tends to have this tendency to be painted with shark teeth on it, and come on, shark teeth make everything awesome. They make everything better. Oh, I never read the description for the 33. Large carrier-based fighter derived from the Sukhoi 27 that was designed to for operation on aircraft carriers. Its canard arrangement makes it a top-class craft that is reliable and stable at low to mid speeds. Okay, so I read that, got it out of my system. And now, A-10C. A highly durable fighter with heavy weaponry designed for close air support. Its agility at low speeds and its air-to-ground weaponry, including the 30mm machine guns, helped it prove its worth in battle. Its nickname is Thunderbolt 2. Yeah, everyone refers to it as that. Others refer to Warthog. Me, I first heard of it as Warthog, so I'm kind of stuck with it. Plus, it just, I don't know, it just sounds cooler to me. Rockets, UGBs, unguided bombs. Yeah, unguided bomb. Rocket launchers. Or air-to-ground lock-on missiles. Ooh, I love these. I'll go with that. Perfect for a ground op like this.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
Beginning nighttime aerial refueling process. Be careful of reduced visibility.
Look at that. You can see the engine. You can see the turbines spinning.
1,500 meters to tanker.
Cool. We finally have a game that shows off that little bit of detail. Oh, I love the engines. I love the sound of the A-10.
50 meters. Excellent work, Trigger. Refueling initiated. Maintain your current position.
Look at that. Oh, the detail in this game is immaculate. I love it.
Strider 1, you have passed through waypoint 1. No weapons until you reach the enemy base. All aircraft, reduce altitude. We have altitude restrictions from here on out. Keep altitude below 600 meters.
Into the canyon.
Caution. Pull up.
Good. Maintain your current course.
Good old canyon level.
Caution. Pull up.
Searchlight up ahead. Watch for it.
Stay out of their sight.
Caution.
Strider, ask this one. Our current ETA matches yours. We'll catch them off guard. Can we secure the LZ quickly?
Pull up.
We'll get you down safe. I'm worried you're short on men.
Everyone here's already signed their wills.
That ain't funny.
Never was good at jokes. Okay, following
valley's about to get narrower. Be careful. Strider 1, you're flying too high. You're gonna get picked up by enemy radar.
Caution. Pull up. Caution. Caution. Pull up.
When can we take on the final mission? I'm starting to get tired of all this.
Step count.
Padawan.
We'll take the enemy base and use it as a bridgehead.
Watch yourselves out there. We're going to need all of you in Farbanti. Without Wiseman here, everybody wants to give orders like they're the company commander himself. And the best thing about Strider Squadron is our leader keeps his mouth shut.
Caution. Pull up.
Get it? Cause silent protagonist.
Pull up. Caution. Caution.
Oh, the meta. The meta humor.
You've passed
Whoa.
waypoint 3. You're coming up on the base. Opposing radio silence.
Pull up.
We won't be able to talk again until you're over the base. Continue to keep an eye on your altitude. There are plenty of dark spots that can sneak up on you.
Pull up. Caution. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Caution. Pull up.
You just passed through waypoint 4. Radio silence has been lifted. You're almost at the base.
We made it. That was quite the roller coaster ride. Visual confirmation on the airbase. Reach destination.
Commence the attack. It's time for their
So-
wake-up call.
Surprise,
Number 10 is the
bitches.
horizontal beam. Hurry up. Finish him off.
All right, let's give the beating. Locked on, bandit.
Unleash the Vulcan.
Fox 2.
Enemies are attacking! Where the hell did they come from?
Target acquired.
Fire up the searchlights! I can't see where the enemies are coming from!
It looks like the enemy's air defenses are online. Yes, they finally decided to wake up. Keep up the attack. The sooner we finish this thing, the better.
Landing now.
Roger that. If the enemy is still present in large numbers when our ground forces arrive, the mission is a failure. Go help our allies.
Be quick. Gotta move on time when Phoenix is free. Your jokes haven't gotten any better. Shut down, Ron!
Stall warning. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Caution.
Caster, hostiles are still near the LZ. Can't make our approach.
Multiple helicopters spotted. Do you have a visual on them? Strider 1, I need you to take out those enemies in the LZ.
Missile inbound! Evade! Bandit my side. Locked on. Go down. Breaking off. Missile inbound. Breaking. Breaking. Bandit destroyed. Well done. Keep bringing him down.
Strider 1, missile away. Okay, that takes care of all the SAM sites. The timing couldn't be worse. This puts our delivery staff in danger.
Missile inbound! Evade! Hostile has a lock. They're coming! Really?
We need to immediately destroy anything that'll jeopardize the landing. Strider 1, target destroyed.
Atlas 1, landing down. Trust your allies and keep moving. This base is ours for the taking. Wait the base, Commander! What are you waiting for? That's the last of our anti-aircraft. They've all been taken out. in trouble. Let's help him out.
It's all right. Those two Osean big shots will take care of him for us.
Star warning. Star warning.
Strider Squadron, move quickly. Use the element of surprise.
Air support is on its way.
Target eliminated. Great work.
Okay, that attack just took out the enemies on the front line. The way ahead is cleared up. You have our thanks.
Give me a damage report. We've suffered heavy losses. This is more than a surprise attack. Revive.
Star warning.
I'm taking fire. Still flight capable.
Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in.
Confirmed at least one leader. It's the one with the 3 scratches.
Am I really gonna use the A-10 in a dogfight against Sukhois?
Caution. Enemy
Of course I will.
missile. Invade.
It's not what it's designed for, but fuck it.
Reinforcements? They're stopping us. We can't do anything about their air power. We need support.
We still got 3 enemy fighters left. It's not over yet.
Missile.
Missile hit.
Ambush. Stay calm. Reform the ranks. Lancaster, requesting close air support.
Strider Squadron, enemy reinforcements. Get some goddamn support there now.
The enemy numbers are small. Don't give in. Fight until the very end.
One last enemy fighter.
This is 2-2. We're stuck. We won't be able to capture the base at this rate.
Keep your heads down. 3 strikes will take care of the enemy.
That takes care of that. Nice work. We did it. That's the last of them. We've achieved air superiority. Strider 4 is hit.
That's it. Pick up those 2. Force our way inside the facility.
Strider 1, locked on target. Target's destruction confirmed. That air support was right on the money.
Pushing the enemy on their heels.
Okay. Start running on the count of 3.
Star warning.
Great. I get to finally send my boys in to ring the doorbell. There's still quite a few enemies holed up in there. However, we can't afford to wait any longer. Begin the assault. If anyone resists, kill them.
Star warning.
Contact! 2 o'clock! Go! Go! Fire!
Fuck! Tear down that barricade.
How'd it go? This is Basilisk 1. The base is ours. We have control of all major functions.
Hell yeah.
Pizza was on time. Whew. Roger that, Basilisk 1. Mission accomplished.
Look at the road, man. There's headlamps all over
will be
it.
treated in accordance with international law. We've even brought pizza. Looks like they can shred those wheels. I'm already getting an earful from the men over the needless paperwork.
No joke.
Okay, go ahead and begin your approach. Move to the flight control. Roger that.
Look at that. There's even a town right there all lit up.
Strider 1, this is Basilisk. The runway is clear. You have permission to land. The party is on as soon as you get here.
And it's starting to rain.
Reduce your speed.
That water effect on the window, I love it.
3,000 meters to the runway.
I love this game.
You are right on course. Maintain current heading. 1,500 meters to the runway.
I wonder how everyone in that town is probably reacting right now. What is all that racket out there?
Right on the money, Strider 1. Strider 1 has landed. Let's go and greet him.
The A-10 lives again.
Strider 1, you have passed through waypoint 1.
Oh, I love that airplane so damn much. Oh, not one that I will use on most missions, but for ones like this, especially in canyon levels like that, where I have to be careful,
Excellent work on the
it's
night
perfect.
raid. Submarines have arrived from the Ocean mainland and are refueling. This base will serve as a frontline platform for our mission to take Farbanti.
So Farbanti's next.
We're almost at the end of this operation.
Rank S. Sweet. Sweet. Bronze Marksman. Nice. Really nice. That was great. Granted, it set me back a bunch of credits, but when I realized what kind of mission it was, I was like, wait a minute. Don't I still have a warthog in the grid that can be unlocked? And sure enough, it was still there, and I got it for the right mission. So yeah, I got my trigger finger for the warthog over with. Yep, still a good airplane even now, and and the fact that you can use it against fighters and dog fights is granted not realistic because it's not meant for that, but for this kind of game, screw realism, I'll use it anyway. And hell, if they're gonna come to me more than me coming to them, so yeah, might as well bite them in the midst of their hubris. Okay, so I'm gonna take a small break because 2 mission limit per stream, and I'll come back with the next one, and we'll take Farbanti. And I have a strong feeling we're going to be doing more than that, because there's still another Arsenal bird out there. And that ace that's out there, what's his name? So, yeah, there's still, more's going to happen, I know it. And if other games have taught me anything, is that they usually save another super weapon for last. So we'll see what happens. So, be back in a wee bit.